right, we got just 1 minute, Mr. Bruggeman, so I'll be right back. So I've got a bunch of people. I don't know who they are. Let's see. All right, I have someone I just let into the Zoom room on a Samsung device. Could I ask your name, please? All right, I'm sending you a request to unmute your device.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, what's your name, please?
Kimberly Lintz.
All right, so I'm going to change your screen name. Thank you. And I am going to pop you in the waiting room for just a minute, okay? One more. All right, good morning. Sir, what is your name?
Robert Ohlinger Jr.
All right, I'm going to change your screen name. Okay, so this is in the matter of Melissa Nicole Harmer, Harmor versus Robert Dwight Ohlinger Jr., file number 24-51995BP. I have Mark Bruggeman appearing on behalf of the Lenawee County Prosecutor's Office. So it looks like, Mr. Ohlinger, we are here today on a paternity arraignment.
Okay.
I do have the summons in the file along with the proof of service. So, Mr. Bruggeman, you may proceed.
Your Honor, as you indicated, this is the date and time set for Mr. Ohlinger's attorney arraignment. At this point, he can choose one of two options. First one would be to request genetic testing. At that point, we would prepare an order for you to sign to order those genetic tests, or he could take sworn testimony indicating that he is the father and willing to sign the affidavit of parentage.
So, Mr. Ohlinger, do you understand you have two options? You can request a DNA test done, or you can acknowledge paternity. How would you like to proceed today?
I'm going to acknowledge paternity. That's my child.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bruggeman.
Could you swear him in, please, Judge?
Yep. You want to raise your right hand, Mr. Ohlinger? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Ma'am, what's your name?
You broke it up.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Bruggeman.
Could you state your name for the record?
Robert Ohlinger Jr.
And Mr. Ohlinger, there was a child born, Lin Destiny Hope Harmon, on August 28th, 2021. to the mother, Melissa Nicole Harmon. Are you indicating that that daughter is, or that child is your
Yep.
biological child?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the date of the birth for that child was December, I'm sorry, the date of the birth of the child, do you know that when that was?
8/28/21.
And you upon presentation, you would sign an affidavit of parentage indicating that that child is your biological child?
Yes.
And you understand that document would have to be signed and notarized?
Yes.
And then once it's signed and notarized, we'd send it into the state of Michigan for recording.
Yes.
And that would be the equivalent of you signing the birth certificate at the hospital. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So thank you, Mr. Ohlinger, and he'll expect that paperwork. Does he need to come to your office?
We need him to sign that affidavit of parentage, and like I said, it does need to be notarized. So at some point, we either need him to come to our office, or it needs to be signed in front of a notary in some fashion.
Okay.
So, Mr. Ohlinger, does your work schedule allow you to stop by Mr. Brugman's office?
Today I work 9 to 2, so I can do it like right before, or I can do it right after.
Okay, so, Mr. Brugman, what would be your preference?
We are here both of those times, either before 9 o'clock if he wanted to come right now, or if he wanted to wait until after he's done with work and come at before, as long as it's before 4:30, he can come here.
Okay.
And do you know where his office is? It's the red fire station on Church.
Yep, I know where it is.
All right, excellent. So thank you very much, Mr. Ohlinger. You have a good day.
All right, you too.
Thank you. All right, and Miss Adams, you called for Mr. Shears.
I did, Judge, yes.
Thank you. All right, Expressor. There's somebody who's logged in under Expressor Zilke. I just sent you a request to unmute your device.
I
All right,
pushed
can I ask your name, please?
Frederick Shears.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Shears. All right. Are you able to start video? There you go. Okay, Miss Cadell, you want to come on up? This is in the matter of April Lynn Cadell versus Frederick Khalil. I'm sorry,
That's not my middle name. It's Ann.
and April Cadell.
April Ann E. Cadell.
Okay, hold on one second. Versus Frederick Khalil Shears, file number 24-52109 DP. Let me get the file and see what is on the file. All right. So I have April Ann with no E Cadell.
No, there's an E.
All right, so Mr. Brugman, Ms. Cadell is saying her middle name does have an E at the end. So we're gonna need to amend the paperwork.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so very good. So this is the date and time set for paternity arraignment, I believe. So I have Mark Brugman appearing on behalf of the Lenawee County Prosecutor's Office. Mr. Brugman, you may proceed.
Your Honor, this is the date and time set for Mr. Shears' paternity arraignment. At this point, he can have one of two options. He can request genetic testing, in which case your office would sign an order for a DNA test, or he could acknowledge being the father of the minor child by way of sworn testimony indicating that he would sign the affidavit of parentage upon presentation.
So, Mr. Shears, you have those two options. Would you, one, like to request a DNA test, or two, acknowledge paternity of the child?
Request a DNA test.
Okay. All right, so we will put that in. Mr. Brugman, you'll be able to accommodate that at the jail?
Yes, we had a separate case for Mr. Shears, and I can't remember how long he's incarcerated for, or is he is there a potential for bail? We just want to make sure we know where he's going to be at.
I'll be here.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Shears, and Ms. Cadell, Mr. Brugman's office will reach out to both of you to have a DNA test done. And once we receive the results for that, we'll be back, okay? All right, thank you both very much. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shears. Thank you, Ms. Cadell.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so that one. And all right, I have Lin and Thomas. Ms. Lentz, if you could start your audio and your video, please. Thank you. And Ms. Lentz, could you also start your audio and video?
I don't know why it keeps muting me, but okay.
Okay, you're good. Thank you. All right, this is in the matter of Kimberly Renee Lentz versus William John Thomas. Both parties are present via Zoom. File number 2024-51811DS. And Mark A. Brugman, P66065, appearing on behalf of the Illinois County Prosecutor's Office. So, Ms. Lentz and Mr. Thomas, this is the date and time scheduled for a motion for entry of a judgment of paternity and support, and marking that both parties appeared. I'll start with Ms. Lentz. Did you receive a copy of the proposed judgment of paternity and support?
I'm assuming that's all the paperwork stating, court date and everything. Yeah.
Well, it also dealt with custody, child support, parenting time. Did you receive that?
Yeah.
Okay, so ma'am, this proposed judgment grants you sole physical custody, joint custody, legal custody with Mr. Thomas, and parenting times at all parenting time at all times agreeable, and orders Mr. Thomas to pay you $347 a month in child support. Do you disagree with any of those terms?
No.
No? Okay. So Mr. Thomas, did you also receive a copy of the judgment of paternity and support?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were able to read through it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and this, as I said, grants her sole physical custody and the two of you joint legal. Parenting time is at all times agreeable and child support at $347 a month. Do you agree with all those terms?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so I will mark the box that at the time of the entry of judgment, neither party has disputed the custody order requested, and that will be put into effect. So going forward for both of you, it's important that you keep your address updated in writing with the friend of the court at all times. If you change employment, you must immediately notify your friend of the court enforcement officer of your new employment. If it takes a while to set up income withholding, you will be required to make your payments yourself directly in person here, or you can make them online. Do you have any questions, Mr. Thomas?
No, ma'am, I do not.
And Miss Lentz, do you have any questions?
Just how would I go about receiving those payments?
Well, you've already gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So ma'am,
I was gonna tell her that the court should give her a debit card of some sort that they go on, correct?
Mr. Brugman?
That's an answer for friend of the court. I really don't know how the payments
So,
work.
yeah, a lot of times it'll go on a card or gets deposited into your account, ma'am. Your enforcement worker is Michelle Senkowitz. So feel free to stop in and talk to her. But ma'am, when you went through friend of the court and, well, you guys did a calculation of child support, so it'll get set up. So Mr. Thomas, From now on,
Yes,
every
ma'am.
paycheck you get, if you don't have it taken out, if you don't have it taken out, you need to come and pay it in person or pay it online at the MISDU, okay?
That is no problem at all. And I am familiar with child support a little bit. There is a card called a Waze card, and that's, I believe, what the state uses to put child support on.
You know, I gotta be honest with you, I should know this, but I don't. So I'm assuming that's how it's done. Miss Lynch, you'll receive something in the mail, okay?
All right.
I guess that's one part of this I've never actually asked about, but I will go ask about it today. So thank you, Mr. Thomas. Thank you, Miss Lynch.
No problem.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think it's a card. I just never verified that. Oh, you guys can hang up. I'm gonna help you on your way. Thank you. I'll help you.
I was gonna say, it's not really, I don't know how to get out of here.
It's okay. It's easier to log in sometimes than sign both of those, Mr. Brugman. And the last one I have is in the matter of Misha Gunter versus Joseph Fletcher. There's two files. Mr. Brugman, I think these are older files. Going forward, they're always going to be combined, right?
Correct.
Excellent. So I have 24-51930 DP and 24-51931 DP. I have a proof of service showing that these were mailed to the parties on September 16th. This is a date time set for motion for entry of order. They were mailed out on September 16th to both of the parties. Neither party has appeared today. I have a lot of people in the hall, but it's report day. So do you want to ask Gunter and Fletcher? Let's see if they're in the hallway. No, nobody's in the hallway. Nobody's in my Zoom waiting room. So I'm going to mark the box that both parties failed to appear. Mr. Brugman, they failed to appear, so to object. So the judgment of paternity and support order will be signed and entered today. Anything else, Mr. Brugman?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too.